I'm going to share my own experience of teaching data science. So when I first started working at the United States at the college, I noticed here people use miles, pounds, inches, and then, but we have to teach, in science, we have to teach students kilometers, kilograms, liters, and it's a different system. And it's always puzzled me whether this has some effect on the student performance. So in 2013, I happened to teach a class called Research Method. And a group of students in my Research Method class decided to address this question. And this group of students did some background research, and they come up with a survey which covered metric proficiency, scientific literacy, and people's attitude towards science. And the student also went through the ethics training, applied to the university internal review board, and then we finally had this survey online. One of the, here's one example question on the metric proficiency. So the question basically asks the participant, it is 32 degrees in Celsius, and what should we wear? And would be either a short-sleeved shirt, or a jacket, or a winter coat. And also, people can also choose, I don't know. And luckily, many of them pick the summer dress, the summer clothes. Here's another question. Basically, we're asking the participant if a man is as tall as Shaq O'Neal, can this person be a good NBA player? We didn't tell of course, the participant it is Shaq O'Neal. The good thing is many of them actually agree, but there are many say no or do not know. We also have questions on scientific literacy. And this is question to cover that part. We have about 10 or 12 questions on scientific literacy. And here's another question on scientific literacy. And people often jokingly say this is the Jurassic Park effect. We also have a question to gauge people's attitude towards science. There are about four or five questions to gauge people's attitude towards science. And once we have all those questions, we can convert them into numerical scores, and then we can use that to teach data science. And this is one example when I offer this data set to students in my data science course or bootcamp. And when they analyze data, the first thing they will find is men are much better in metric proficiency than women. So in this case, this is the box plot. So on the very right, you see the male with the thick middle line indicate the average performance. In this case, a male often had the perfect score of 5. And the female had the average score, that thick middle line is around 3. And those dashed line indicate the spread of those scores. So in fact, if we do a t-test, the male have a highly significant p-value compared to the females. The difference is highly significant. So this is kind of quite surprising to many of the people who analyze the data. And very often they are puzzled. In fact, they are sometimes, if people have some agenda, they seem to can be spinning into many things. So, well, the true story is this survey is conducted in a very special place. It's the Spelman College. Spelman College is actually a women's college. So, but it is a women's college, that means students are entirely female. but the faculty can have male faculty. So a comparison between male and female means male will tend to be faculty and the female will have hundreds of undergrad there. The actual factor behind that seems to be the education, the degrees. So if we really break down then by the degrees, fortunately we can see students in Bachelor of Science tend to have a better metric proficiency than students in pursuing Bachelor of Arts. And the faculty with PhD quite comfortably had the highest metric proficiency scores. It's actually quite comforting to see that. I don't recommend people pursuing PhD just to be good at the metric proficiency, but it's still quite comforting to see the PhD has the best metric proficiency. So it's also quite comforting to see the student in Bachelor of Science, those who are in physics, biology, math, or chemistry tend to perform better than students pursuing arts or social science. In fact, when we analyzed the entire data set, we also found metric proficiency highly correlated with the scientific literacy, and also highly correlated with people's attitude towards science. So that's, it's kind of both comforting and worrisome in a way. So we have been using this data set for a while. The survey was first conducted in 2013. It actually continued for a few years. And most recently, I used this data set in the coding bootcamp training, and this is 2019. And on the top right, that's the data science coding bootcamp to some faculty and graduate student. At the bottom is the NSF REU program. In 2020 summer, because it's a pandemic, we offered the coding bootcamp online. The survey is still live, although it's not actively being taken by people. So, and I'd like to also thank the student who designed and designed the survey in 2019, and those are 4 students from Spelman, and there's also 1 student from Morehouse, and also NSF funding. And for the NSF project, we have collaborators from the Spelman College, Tuskegee University, and the West Virginia University. Thank you.